we have 2 races to go in the silver class. And yes, we are now well and truly halfway through the game. And just before we continue, I'm gonna need to put on another upgrade whilst I'm here. I don't think I'll do the carburetor or the engine because I think under the circumstance I won't do the carburetor or put in the racing kit because I think that might be too much for my car to handle. But what I will do is I'll put in a racing transmission and I will put in the racing exhaust manifold. And I can no longer afford the racing tyres. Oh well, I'll probably afford those by the time I've won one race and then I'm able to move on to, well, the next race. So, let's see if we can get these next 2 races in the books, as we've got Fairgrass Cup and Watahu Rush Hour. Let's go to Fairgrass Grounds for 4 laps. And then we will have just 1 race to go after this, with the Fast Hammer, which personally is a car I really like. But unfortunately we cannot keep it because, well, there will be more powerful cars that will be unlocked once we are done with the silver class. Just as we did with the bronze class, we are going to unlock more cars, and we have to decide on purchasing one of them. I am really starting to regret not having racing tyres fitted. I should have had them fitted for this. It's just become so disgustingly clear to me now that racing tyres have just needed to happen here in order for me to actually succeed with this. As to how things are going right now, well, they're going pretty piss poor at the moment. And I'm basically getting my ass handed to me because I do not have the tyres to seemingly go through the corners. You know what? I'm actually gonna finish an attempt with this race, and then I'm gonna get the fucking racing tyres fitted, because this is humiliating, and I think it's becoming so disgustingly clear now that I need racing tyres if I'm actually gonna pull this off. At least in terms of actually winning it, I need those racing slicks. If I can even hope to win this. Because without racing tyres, I'm basically fucked. So I'm actually going to try and finish the race this time, regardless of where I finish. As long as I get the money for the tyres, I don't really care. I need those fucking racing tyres if I'm going to pull this off. I've pretty much come to accept that now. Otherwise, without them, well, my shots of winning are very nullified. As in, very nullified. And now they are extremely nullified. That's why I'm trying to pretty much earn all the money I can get. And I just broke my previous top speed record by now setting a new record of 174. And oh my god, am I actually battling for the lead now? I did not think I was actually going to work my way back up to the lead. I honestly thought for sure that, in spite of my lack of grip, I was not going to see myself actually battling for the lead again. And I got slammed into by Katie. Oh, this is going to be quite a tussle to the flag. And off the final corner, and surprisingly, I actually win. As I win and wreck at the same time. And it's pretty much Noah's Ark for the top four. 2 fast hammers ahead of 2 overrunners. Then we had Seth finishing 5th in the slider. Then we had the 2 Speed Devils, driven by Sue and Paul. And at the back we had Ray in the Road King. I gotta say, that was one crazy race. And considering how far back I was, I did not think I was actually gonna battle my way. I did not think I was gonna fight my way back into this one. I guess it must have been because I had the racing transmission, and that's part of the reason as to why it just went so well for me in the end. Knowing that I had that additional acceleration where I needed it. I still feel like I should have fitted the racing tyres, but in all honesty, I really am starting to wonder if it's even needed now. Because I'll pretty much be moving on to the gold class after this. Plus, once I'm done with this division of events anyway, I'm probably going to be seeing myself buying another car anyway. But altogether, that actually felt good. And next up will be the silver class. I really thought for sure I was not going to come back from that. But I kept digging, and eventually I got to the checkered flag first. So there is race 11 of the silver class done and dusted. Excuse me. We now have just one race to go. Here in the silver class. Once the game loads. This game does take a while to load, by the way. So, 2,500 credits in the bank, and $244 bonus. That now puts my total up to nearly $3,900. Anyway, final race of the silver class, the Watahu Rush Hour, and then we will get the silver trophy. And then, once we are done with that, we can then move on to the gold class. And I think the total number of events there are in the gold class is 15, if I'm not mistaken. Because there were 9 events in the bronze class, 12 events in the silver class. So the gold class is probably going to have 15 events. But anyway, we'll see how we go. Okay, we've unlocked the gold class now. And $87 in bonus damages. Oh, we get the prize money anyway, in spite of us finishing second. You have completed the silver class, and your final challenge awaits for you. For winning the silver class, you are awarded the grand prize. Anyway, I need to correct my silver by turning that into a gold. And before I do that, I am going to put on some racing tyres. And hopefully this will be enough for me to actually put together the execution run that needs to be made. Okay. Time to turn this silver into a gold. So we still get the grand prize anyway, in spite of us finishing second. But nonetheless, I'm here to get golds across the board, and that's precisely what I plan on doing here. And fight on for as long as I possibly can. Well, to fight on as long as I possibly can. Hopefully, if it's possible for me this time, the grip I have should be enough to put together enough of a feisty challenge for the AI, because I have more grip. And if this doesn't work, then I really don't know what will. As I basically send my opponent into the guardrail. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But anyway, I am right behind the leader. Who clips the pavement and runs wide, and now that puts me up front, as we are now halfway there with the Watahu rush hour. Seriously? Is that literally all it takes to just go straight into the guardrail? For that to just literally happen without warning? I was pretty sure I was far enough away for that not to happen, but it still decided to happen anyway, for whatever reason. I guess it's just because the game thought I was not far enough away from the fucking guardrail when I approached the corner. Oh, okay. Yeah, I had to do that. There was no way I was going to get through that corner without seeing myself just slamming into the fence. You are being very unhelpful. But anyway, I am now out front. And providing nothing catastrophic happens between now and the end, that should be the win. And it is. Let's now wait for everyone else to get to the line. And 1 minute and 23 seconds later, and literally everyone else has just finished. So I beat Frank to the line by 10.5 seconds, virtually, in the overrunner. Then we had the then we had the two Speed Devils finishing in 3rd and 4th. Then the second overrunner was 5th. Katie in the second Fast Hammer finished in 6th. Seth came home 7th, and it was Ray who came home in 8th and last. And that was the Silver class, done in the Fast Hammer. And now we just have one more class to go in our race events, and that is the Gold class. And that is what we will be doing next, once the game loads. It does take a while to load, I do admit. So $2,000 is now under our belt, and only $16 in bonuses. Oh well. And we're up to 13,800 credits in the end of that. And now we have just the Gold class left. And you know what? I might actually consider doing these. Races individually if I feel like it. Or I could just give myself the appropriate option, and that's probably do 3 races per attempt again. I'll think about this as I go along. But anyway, the Gold class is now unlocked, and we have done 21 of the 36 race events in this game. And the bonus events, they will be coming up afterwards, since that's probably what I'll be doing. Anyway, these are our latest stats. So we're now up to $70,500 in terms of money collected, and we are now up to the gold class, and we have driven a total of 257 kilometers, and 58% of the game is now complete. And so we will now move on to the gold class, coming in the next episode of FlatOut.